Hello, and welcome back to the Bitch Why Are We Friends podcast. This is our 20th episode. What a world that we live in, that we could have 20 episodes. Apparently, Didi doesn't give a shit.
I'm still laughing at you, actually.
Whatever. As always, I am Cece, and with me, unfortunately, is Didi.
Is that short for Cecilia?
No,
Can we call you Cecilia?
please don't.
But this is a very classy episode.
For those of you who haven't figured it out already, this is it. This is the sex episode.
The sex episode. So it's
Yeah.
actually not going to be a very classy episode, I must say.
Oh, I don't know how you've been having sex all these years, but I think it can be quite a classy affair.
Do you do it pinkies up? I mean, and where is your pinky? But I mean, also pinkies up, right? Wait, do you wear pearls too? Pearl necklace?
We both do. Everybody involved must be wearing pearls.
Pearls. Real pearls or jizz pearls? Just a quick little story.
Speaking of pearl necklaces.
Yeah, I was at a dinner party. It wasn't really a dinner party, actually. It was a small affair. But in these times, even a few people kind of feels like a dinner party. And there was a young gal there who was about 18, 19, and she didn't know what pearl necklace was, but neither did her 89-year-old grandmother. And I was listening at the door while her grandmother walked up to Alexa and said, "Hey, Alexa, what is a pearl necklace?" And then the whole family got to hear what a pearl necklace was. It was a beautiful moment.
I can't believe that's what Alexa actually knew.
It bonded the generations and it was beautiful. So anyways, that's my pearl necklace story.
Oh, that's a beautiful story. We're bonding generations. We're going to talk about bonding genitals. It's going to be a pretty sexy show.
Everybody has sex. I mean, most everybody.
Yeah, pretty much. Not the guy who created cornflakes. He was not into it.
Maybe not that guy. He was into high fiber and
not being overstimulated by your breakfast cereal.
Right. He didn't want to be constipated because that was too much like having anal sex for him. No? Have you ever been like constipated enough to where it actually feels sort of like, okay, we're going into it?
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. And I guess
I'm wondering just how dirty we're going to get, because I kind of feel like your parents can hear me. If I don't mean to like out you or anything, but you're visiting your parents right now and we're doing our sex episode. And
yeah, as far as they're concerned, I'm waiting until marriage.
Of course, you're a total virgin.
Yeah, completely celibate.
Except for your mouth, right?
Well, I mean, I'm not a saint. God.
There's no way.
There's just no way.
So you, like some creepy creeper, created a poll, a survey about sex and about all that kind of stuff and sent it to some of our friends and listeners.
Yeah.
Are we going to out these people?
Well, unfortunately, we can't fully out them because I don't have their names. But let's do this. Let's start the sexploration.
I'm curious how dirty our listeners are, actually.
Not nearly as dirty as I'd hoped, first of all, for all of you out there. Disappointing. Or liars.
Yeah, they could be lying.
Absolutely. Jesus, I would hope not. Some of these lies, I mean, just do better. Although, actually, one of these is pretty good because it's vague. So we started out. Let's just get right into this. Speaking of sex and things that people say during sex. Let's just dive right in.
Sorry.
We
Everything is going to sound dirty in this episode to me.
That's the whole point. So we started off by asking how old people were. We differentiated when we talk about being sexually active. We differentiated between sexual activity with oneself and sexual activity with another person. So we have actually a pretty wide range of answers when it comes to sexual activity with yourselves. Some of you were as young as 4, eager beavers, going right up to about 16, but they weren't sure about it. There's a question mark. So I don't know what that means. That person was, however, quite confident about when they became sexually active with others, which was at 17. So, I mean, go big or go home. Right?
They could just be verging on our age, and that means that their memory is shit. So they're, maybe they just don't remember as far back to when they were 16.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they failed to impress themselves.
Like, wow, I'm really terrible at this. I better find somebody else who knows what they're doing.
I had to fake my own orgasm.
I hope I didn't notice.
What was that look I gave myself?
Someone else, we also had another response, somebody who was not totally sure how old they were when they became sexually active with themselves, like 13. Sounds like it was probably a lot younger, but whatever.
That's the only time in your life you will be having sex with an underage person, hopefully, unless you're a pedo, is when you're a kid and you have sex with yourself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, apparently, kids these days are having sex with each other, I've heard.
Yeah, that's just crazy. I was still playing with like Barbies and stuff back then. I had my Barbies having sex, but I definitely wasn't cool enough to have sex when I was, a kid.
Now, when we get to people who are sexually active, once people becoming sexually active with others, well, actually 12, I believe, is the youngest, and 20 is the oldest.
Right. So were you having sex when you were in high school? Because I was so uncool. High school was not a sex place for me. I always heard stories about people having sex in the bleachers and sex behind a tree or something like that, blowjobs here, blowjobs there. I never saw any of it. Everybody's just like having sex and blowjobs and all this cool stuff. And I was just not on that. I was like, my sister was still, coaxing me into her bedroom to play Barbies at that point. I mean, I had a younger sister, but I just...
No, you still play with Barbies to this day.
Oh, of course.
So don't even...
But I guess it fascinates me a little bit because I didn't experience that at all.
No, nor did I. The bulk of our survey responses, you were all getting some in high school, and good for you. Next question we asked was taking the human out of the equation for the most part. And we asked, what's the most unusual object you've put inside your body? An orifice, to be more specific. Not like, I ate a Twinkie that rolled under the couch once. Maybe not so unusual, but...
Well, but then you picked it up and put it inside of you, right? Or are you talking eating it in your mouth, with your mouth?
Eating it with my mouth.
Oh, okay.
No,
that is... that is a little strange, especially because you'd have to really stuff it in pieces and stuff.
Yeah, no, that was just a bad example I was giving. That's not something that's happened to me. We have some pretty interesting responses here for the most unusual object that someone has put inside themselves.
Do tell.
Well, one person just lied and said nothing, that there's nothing strange, and we all know that that's not true. I did appreciate the person who used the base of a roller hairbrush and
Oh, yeah.
specified that it was ribbed for pleasure.
I think I know which kind they're talking about.
Now, here's another one though that I did, well, here, okay, a baby carrot.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you're having a healthy snack and a baby carrot. I mean, now I'm not going to look at baby carrots. Well, you never do anyways. Vegetables are so sexual. I mean, everybody knows what an eggplant is.
It's inherently sexual.
I think it's just the baby part that's a little baby carrot. But that's the same person that's the same person that started a little earlier than our other people in regards to having sex with an actual person. I think they stated that was 12.
Yeah.
Right.
11 and 12. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Good on you. I mean, it's biodegradable.
This was any orifice though, so this could have been, I mean, baby carrots do perfectly fit in the butthole, I would imagine. They're small
Oh, yeah.
and tapered mostly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And small, small enough to get in, but it's not going to get stuck. Actually, yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm on board. Another one. Well, wooden stick, like I hope it was well sanded and it was smooth.
I'm just imagining a really fun camping trip after you've been roasting s'mores for hours and you just want to get hot with the wooden stick you've been roasting s'mores. That's maybe it's been sanded, but wooden stick, I don't know. I'm also curious, like we don't know what orifices these have been inside.
Right, exactly.
A wooden stick in a butthole, ow. And also it depends. It could have been like, a decorative stick from Michael's craft store or something, but
the handle of a broomstick.
yeah, true. I just automatically think of like the gnarliest, or like, like some wizard's wand or something. Just something knotted and gnarled with lots of bark. I'm writing these down. These are good ideas.
We report back. We're gonna have a follow-up episode.
We should try some of these, just to be, just to, who knows?
We are serious researchers.
You're taking the wooden stick though.
I will take the wooden stick as long as you take the toy lightsaber.
Toy lightsaber. I don't even know if I have. Wait, of course I don't have a toy lightsaber. I have something that's similar. What about a glow stick? Does it have to make noise? Does it have to make the Star Wars noise?
I don't think the noises are part of it, but maybe actually that's a good point. I don't know.
It just brings a lot of really great things to mind, like certain characters bending over and sticking lightsabers up each other's asses and stuff.
Oh, they'd be eviscerated.
Not in my fantasy.
Okay. Well, I think that we've pretty much evenly divvied this up. Lube bottle.
You know what? I liked that response because it was kind of like I've lubed up and now I'm just gonna fucking use the bottle. It's right here. I'm already wet with lube. Might as well just use the bottle.
Might as well.
That person is like, they know, they just, they're horny. They just want to get it done. They're not going to go into the kitchen and look for some carrots. They're just going to use the lube bottle.
I mean, it's right there. You might as well.
It's right there, yeah. And maybe, who knows? Okay, somebody should pay me for this because this is a great idea. any lube company should make their bottle into a dildo shape. Then they don't have to have, it's all in one. You have your lube if you need the lube, and you have bottle.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You could even call it that. Good to go.
Yeah.
Actually, you should take that back. Nobody is allowed to take that idea. We're doing that.
I bet if we Google it, it's already been done.
Yeah. Or for whatever reason, it's illegal.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody would get something stuck in their, yeah, and get sued.
It would, for the record, it would definitely have a flared base.
Yeah, because then I mean, some people like to put things up their ass, so it'd have to be multifunctional. And maybe there's even one that somebody could purchase that is actually more like a fleshlight. They could just fuck the bottle. So for you people with dicks,
We've heard that you're into that kind of thing.
mm-hmm. I know that you kept the best for last.
Obviously. Also because it's the one that brings up the most questions for me. Or maybe not the most, but the most important questions for me, which really it's just the one question. Was it a live duck or a rubber duck?
I'm really hoping a live duck.
Or
No,
some other kind of duck.
Yeah. Oh man, okay. No, a rubber duck wouldn't.
I mean, some of them are small enough you could fit the whole thing in there. Others
Well,
are.
yeah, I guess some of them are small, or maybe they just fit their bill inside.
I could see that working.
Kind of like when you go to the gyno and they, you know, it's their bills are a bit speculum shaped. Oh man, if it was a live duck, and this is someone we know. No, I'm kidding. We don't want to speculate. I don't know if I don't know if I want to know this person if it was a real duck. I know we all do very weird things. You know. And when we're young, we do weird things too. I mean, we try out our sexuality from a really young age, and I wouldn't judge anybody, but I mean, a duck. It's like, it's those people who put like gerbils in their buttholes.
Oh.
And I just,
yeah.
I don't know if a close friend of mine told me, I put gerbils in my butthole. I'm not really one to judge, but I would look at them differently. And I don't think I would
look at them as a gerbil killer potentially.
Yeah, if they don't like let it out, I guess.
Well, or who knows what happens to them in there. If I were a gerbil, and I don't know, I mean, I might just...
Oh, we know. Lemmy winks. We know what happens in there. Yeah, that was some quest. I think I would vote that it's probably like what you said, a rubber duck.
I don't know. I still feel like, how hard is it to write the word rubber before
That's
duck?
true. Maybe they want to fuck with you though. They probably...
I hope so.
I really hope so too.
So
I know that there's a two-parter for this question. Can we start with the duck persons first? Because I'm curious about the duck person.
Naturally, you'd think that if, your answer to that question is duck, the answer to the question, has anything ever gotten stuck inside your body, might be yes. However, not in this case. In fact, no one on here was willing to fess up to anything getting stuck in their body.
Oh, I'm reading this along with you, and I do like the one that has a winky face next to it.
Actually, like it seems like maybe I'm supposed to know something that's not being said, but I honestly, I swear I don't.
And that's the lube bottle person. And it's like, never, winky face. I've never got my lube bottle stuck inside me.
Well, hopefully if you're using a lube bottle, you're also using the lube, and that shouldn't be as much of an issue.
That's true. It would be kind of funny not to use a lube and then to get the lube bottle stuck in there. So nobody has got anything stuck inside of them. But the duck person said not really.
right? Like, what does not really mean? Like, that's a yes.
What does NA mean? I mean, I know what NA stands for, but oh, it's because they said that they've never put anything strange in them. Okay, that makes sense. I'm sorry for criticizing your use of NA.
No, you should because it's clearly a lie. Next up, we've got the most unusual place you've had sex, not on your body, but a location. Um, and quite frankly, I want to be friends with the person who is having sex at the library.
Oh, let's call these people the unusual objects they put in their orifices. Who was the library person?
The duck.
The duck.
Yeah.
So actually, I know that they're not connected, but I'm thinking about somebody sticking a duck in an orifice in a library.
You ever see a duck at the library, do not touch it. It has been inside someone.
But it didn't really get stuck in there.
Now, here's another one that is like, I feel like this is a Dr. Seuss rhyme. Behind a bus outside a bar with a wooden stick. Maybe not with the wooden stick that time, but
Oh, that's wooden stick person. Okay.
so behind a bus outside a bar. So I guess the bus was parked outside the bar.
That really does sound like wooden stick person.
Sounds like something they would do.
It really does. You're kind of like, as you go through these, you're kind of getting to know people, like,
Right? Well, baby carrot was on an air mattress on a lake, or alternatively, on a rainbow floaty on a golf course.
Yeah, well, people who eat baby carrots, I can see them, playing golf and having
very
air
outdoorsy.
matches. Yeah. They sound healthy.
Now, the person who, the winky face after the never have I ever gotten anything stuck in me.
Lube bottle.
Yeah, lube bottle and that winky face. Intriguing. Makes me wonder. Stairs of a building.
What building? I would like to know this.
There are so many buildings.
Yeah, I would like it to be more specific so that I can think about like
so you can hang around on those stairs of that building.
Well, not exactly that certain, but like what kind of buildings are people fucking on the stairwell? I'm just curious. I'd like to know if this person, wants to anonymously, I am curious about what building. Because I've only seen people having sex once and it was at a nude beach. But I'm never lucky enough to run into people having sex in a building.
We've all seen people having sex at a nude beach.
Well, exactly. It's not really that special. Yeah. I mean, although they were doing it right in front of a family and some children, but
well, what were they doing watching? That's creepy.
It was gross. But I would be curious about this building sex.
Yeah.
So, and if they, use their lube bottle, if they brought their lube bottle with them.
That's if it fits right up inside you, why not? So now I'm wondering if Toy Lightsaber and lube bottle know each other because Toy Lightsaber said someone else's front steps.
We might be matchmaking here. Some steps. These two like some steps, and also a lube bottle. Maybe the diameter is similar to a toy lightsaber.
Oh, but now, base of a roller hairbrush, ribbed for pleasure, let's not forget, said that the most unusual place they had sex was a trailer park bathroom shower stall.
That is probably not somebody that actually lives in a trailer park. Because people that live in trailer parks are like, that's just a normal Sunday morning. They just, there's not much room in a trailer to. Is it okay? A trailer park bathroom.
So it
Is it a
sounds like it's
public?
like it's not, yeah, it sounds like it's a shared bathroom at a trailer park.
Okay.
Or maybe this is like a trailer
Like a
park where right, like where people
a
also
travel
park
trailer. Yeah.
RVs and stuff.
That's kind of hot then. If I'm imagining two random people not knowing each other in two different prowler trailers traveling, the countryside, just walking into the shower stall, you
Banging it
know.
out at every shower
Exactly.
stall that you go by.
Exactly. Okay, that's way hotter than what I first imagined. I was thinking, the wood paneling, the 70s trailer, like, and I'm
And
sorry, but this car person is just
yeah,
really boring because
yeah,
this is the same person that has not admitted to putting anything in their body,
yeah.
and is nothing applies to them, and they have sex in a car. But every fucking person has had sex in a car, right? What?
Well, okay, fine. Never mind.
I guess then we'd have to get into the definition of what sex is, but
Right,
you know.
exactly. You've got me there. So,
Wait, I'm sorry. Is this first person you, the person who doesn't admit anything?
so it's definitely not me.
Okay.
No, 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 no. Abs. Are you fucking kidding me? A car? Do you think I would admit that?
No, I know you. You would put someplace exotic, like the top of Mount Kilimanjaro or something. You really like to brag about all those places you've been. That's why I started calling you the sex Carmen. Carmen, I don't remember what I
Sex
called you.
Diego.
Sex Diego.
I'm much too exciting for that. It was in a car, but the car was parked on top of Mount Kilimanjaro.
I thought you were gonna say the car was parked on top of someone.
The next question that I asked, just because I was secretly hoping to live vicariously through these people, but they majorly let me down, was have you ever had sex with a celebrity or public figure? Someone said sort of.
But they didn't,
So, well, no, it's sort of in that it was a local celebrity.
and that was roller
That
hairbrush
was that was trailer park roller
and
hairbrush.
trailer park bathroom. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody else said no.
Okay,
Wow.
so the person who has that's, not admitted to anything, what did they respond as?
They responded that they are, in fact, the celebrity with whom they've had sex. Yeah, no, but otherwise, disappointments. You're all disappointments. You need to go out there and fuck some famous people, for God's sake, and then tell me about it.
Exactly. Even if
Selfish.
they're, I mean,
Even if it's your local newscaster, I want to hear about it.
mhm. I bet some of you are just holding back because they don't want, the
Well,
juicy gossip to get out.
I mean, I nobody said you had to name names, but you could allude to who it was.
If they have an IMDb, we want to know. Or not.
Right.
I mean, they don't know. I mean, don't you even have an IMDb?
I do. So looks
So
like nobody I
people,
ever slept with it filled out this survey.
or they just don't know that you're famous. That's I lied on mine.
Did you? Yeah, you did.
I don't know if anybody knows who Coach McGurk is, but he's pretty sexy.
Yeah, look it up. So, following up on the celebrity sex, was a question about having had sex in public. And everybody has. You filthy, law breaking perverts.
Well, definitely we know all these people who have sex in stairwells and outside of a lot of and
Other people's houses.
the library and yeah, cars parked outside of churches. You guys are all dirty.
And what I really appreciate about this one response from Roller Hairbrush Handle is just, for anybody who's wondering, the beach is not as sexy as it seems. It is very sandy.
See, I'm still getting that adventurous vibe from them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're willing to put your genitals through that sandy hell.
I won't even go bottomless at the nude beach.
It's brave.
It is, you know what? It is brave and admirable to warn others. Yeah, it seems like we've got an alleyway, cars, hot tub, garden, a mountaintop. Okay, now they're bragging.
Was that all in one day?
Yes, follow-up question. But yeah,
Mm.
that was Baby Carrot. So Baby Carrot and Roller Hairbrush.
They seem adventurous and like to go out in the nature. We should,
Very,
you know,
yeah.
we're finding a few people here that could, and then the step people, you know,
Yep.
lightsaber
Lightsaber
and
and lube
lube
bottle.
bottle.
Yeah. Love matches. Yeah, and our final question was about seeing other people having sex in public. And yes, everyone has done that as well.
They're voyeurs.
Right? Exactly.
If you look hard enough, you'll find it. When there's a hot tub, of course, you're going to try fucking in a hot tub. That's just, you know, oh my God, it's a hot tub. Let's have sex in it. But it's usually not that great.
I'm never going to use another hot tub again.
Are you kidding? Lots of people have sex in hot tubs.
Yeah, no, I'm never, ever, ever using a hot tub again. That's just, it's probably like, oh God.
Yeah, it's just a bathtub.
It's just a sperm bath.
Yeah. I mean,
A
and
hot
people,
sperm bath.
and we're all like floating. That's what I thought was so funny. Like friends hanging out in a hot tub together, and it's like, oh, we're just stewing in each other's juices. I know we all shower before, but you know, the water's caressing everyone's genitals. It's, and I know that there are chemicals, and it's, you know, but it's still, we're all still stewing in the same hot pot. We might as well be having sex. So yeah.
Oh, just PSA about getting into a hot tub with Didi.
This is considered consent. It's a very
Inherently sexual. We're gonna have to do at least one follow-up episode.
we should just do it in the next episode. No? Was it too much sex for back to back?
Can you do it back to back?
I can do it back to back, but I can't do it in the back.
No, I think we should just, this is what the podcast is now.
Just about sex. Well, definitely we've just gone through your survey, and really we've eaten up a lot of time. But we still, oh my God, there's so many things to get into, to dive into. So we could actually do another sex episode.
I'm down.
I'm
Whatever.
down too. It's such a huge part of life and relationships with each other, and it's just, and it all feels good. Why wouldn't we want to extend the pleasure to another episode?
Yeah, I was not expecting this. This survey was other than the disappointment about the celebrities that nobody's fucking.
I think that actually just means that you need more interesting friends.
Probably.
Or that we're not that interesting because we don't know anybody that's fucked a celebrity. So if you could fuck a celebrity right now, which one would you choose?
Right this instant? Nobody. I'm at my parents' house. Gross.
Before we end this episode, I just there's a couple companies that are really good, sexy companies. These days, there are a lot of companies who actually consider that there's a ton of different body shapes for women, and they make panties to encompass everyone. So this is just one of them. There's a company called Naughty Knickers, and I think they're a subscription company actually. You can subscribe to get panties every month at very low prices. They have all sorts of different styles. They have very super sexy sheer panties all the way to maybe more the boxers. I think they have boxer style, but I could be wrong. Or no, I'm thinking of a different. There's so many out there though. Just to have some undies that make you feel sexy. And what was the sex toy? There's a lot of sex toy companies out there too, but one that's quite big, that when you subscribe to their email, you get a lot of opportunities to save on sex toys, and that is Bellesa. And they actually have their own porn company too, and it's created by women. So the porn is different, and a lot of it's free. It's just not as I can't really put my finger on it, but it's not like going to Pornhub or YouPorn, or there's nothing wrong with those. There's a lot of content on there created by people that make good content, but it's just different. So if you're looking for a porn site that caters to what a lot of women actually looking for in porn, you should look that up. And we're not getting paid to say this.
You're just plugging. You just don't want your porn site to disappear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the sex toys and stuff like that. It's just a good company, and I just wanted to, once we're doing a sex episode, so many people know about them anyways. Everybody's like, shut up, we've known about them for ages. But yeah, they have a lot of interesting toys, and if you haven't invested in yourself with toys yet, well, we can get into that next episode because there's a lot to talk about on all of those subjects.
Yes, and a second survey.
So thank you to the people that filled out our survey. Thank you for letting us in on your sexy secrets. It was interesting.
What's the point of doing all this awesome sex stuff if you don't get to tell people about it anonymously?
You'll know who you are and that we're talking about you.
And we can always try to guess who you are. So it's fun for us too.
Yeah, I have no guesses. To me now, these are separate from anybody I know. They're
imaginary hypothetical people.
Exactly. And I'm a really bad friend. So if I actually knew that somebody was lube bottle forever, like for fucking ever, I would, like, on their birthday, I'd bring them cupcakes. Happy birthday, lube bottle. I mean, I don't forget things like that.
After all this sexy talk, time to crawl into the bed I have at my parents' home.
That is like, oh, that's the least sexy thing you could have said. Do you also have footy pajamas?
Not anymore, but I do wear my pajamas when I stay here. So
right, I think you'd probably want to, so that when you get up to pee, you're dressed. Yeah. Well, enjoy not masturbating in a bed so close to your parents. And we don't really talk about the pandemic very much, but it has affected the way and the amount of sex that people are having these days. So that would also be something interesting.
Yeah, right.
Or not interesting, because a lot of people aren't and don't have a sex drive anymore.
I mean, you can do it. Just make sure you're wearing a mask.
Or, use a glory hole like the Canadian government recommends. Yeah, so until next week, everybody have some good sex, some good glory hole sex.
Yes, and if you hear of a good glory hole, share it with the rest of the class. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't be selfish.
Give some locations here.
Specifics.
Where are these glory holes? Where are these buildings at that you guys are having sex?
Right? Where are these stairs?
Yeah. Yeah, I bet they're at your house, but that's
Don't Don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, we'll be back next week to talk some more about sex.
Some more sexy stuff.
Sexy, sexy, sexy stuff.
Sex.
Sex, sex, sex.